Shaun Murray here, and I'll tell you what, you're never gonna guess what boat I am wakeboarding behind right now and what all of those tricks were behind. Well, without further ado, let me introduce you to the Montara Surf Boss 25. Y'all want to follow me through a double up right now? And you're also going to be surprised by some of the stats. Because right now I'm only riding a 60-foot line. The tricks that you saw in that video were between 75 and 70 feet, about 22 miles an hour. Right now I'm down closer to 19. Watch this. Montara has changed the game by taking a pontoon deck, putting on a wakeboard wake surf hull, and it's a completely different experience. Now, if you guys want to see what it's like to be behind this thing, whether you're wakeboarding, surfing, you guys can click the link in the description below. But today, I want to give you guys an in-depth tour of what it's like to be inside this thing. It's going to blow your mind just as much as it did mine. Hey, but meanwhile, check this out. We're going to ride. Right now, my speed is about 19.5 miles an hour. My rope's about 60 feet. There's zero ballast in here right now. And check out what you can do. Some mellow wake-to-wake jumps. All right, let's anchor this thing up and go check it out. Welcome aboard the 25-foot Montara. Now, is it just me, or do pontoon vibes hit differently? There's something about the ability to walk around and have all of these different areas of seating and storage, but here, come here. So when you have the glass that normally separates the main seating area from the bow, it kind of breaks that vibe up a little bit. This is all one good vibe up here, and somehow Montara has taken that vibe, put it onto a wakeboard and wake surf hull, and they pulled it off. So let's check this out. This boat comes in at 25 feet, 4 inches long, weighs about 7,000 pounds, is 102 inches wide, has room for 16 people, has a huge fuel tank of 104 gallons, and has 4,200 pounds of ballast. If you head to their website, montaraboats.com, you can build your own, and you're going to have a few different layouts. This one is the SL, or the Stern Lounge, and they've got some other layouts, but all of the bows are going to be the same, so I figure that's a great place to start. Now, if people are stepping on the boat and they have their shoes on, you don't want them to have their shoes. It's actually not that big of a deal if they do, but if you want their shoes off, great cubbies here on both sides, port and starboard. This gate is on a spring so that when you're driving down the lake, it doesn't rattle. Same one with the side gate. Let's hit some key features here in the bow. Number one, the layout, super comfortable. You can have a ton of people up here facing all sorts of different directions. You've got these nice lean backs, drop down armrests, wireless charging. You've got a couple speakers up here, but here's a cool feature you can get. This stereo remote controls just the speakers up here in the bow. So if people are up here and they want to just get the vibes going up here, they can crank it up, turn it down, do whatever you want, custom zone control right from there. Great storage in these things, and underneath all of the seats, they have these plastic tubs that are rotocast, and they also have drains. So throw things wet into there, it'll drain out. But what I love about these cushions, it's on a drop hinge. So the seat is out of the way, completely opens up access, and it's not like you have to put that cushion somewhere else and they're not gonna fly off while you're going down the road if you're trailering. Now, underneath me here is massive storage, but don't get ahead of me. You're gonna wanna stick around for this. It's crazy. But this right here is where you can put your table. That'll really kick up your lounge vibes. You wanna get out your cheeses and fruits and drinks and things like that. When you're done, you stick it underneath there, but I'm telling you, the storage, it's gonna blow your mind. Now, over here on your side walkthrough, this lifts up and you can actually get a changing room. Nice side entry door. And then right here, they've got a switch as well as a USB port. Now the switch, this is a really unique feature, and they've thought this through. Have you ever had that time where you need to get back into your boat? You're like, oh man, I forgot my phone, or you forgot something and the boat's all powered down. Well, you can actually hit this switch and it's hardwired into the battery, and it'll give you 2 minutes of courtesy lighting in the boat so you can grab whatever you need and then get out, and it's gonna automatically turn off without killing your battery. Nice thinking, Montara. This door right here is Yeti cooler ready. It is Yeti ready, meaning that you can slide a full Yeti cooler in there. They've built it around those dimensions, and you can fit the cooler in there as well as a bunch of storage right here at the driver's feet. Really nice space. I definitely use that. Right in here, you've got a nice removable trash can. So in this area, you can get this lean back that has your storage, but you can also get dual captain's chair. So you can get this style seat over here, and you can also get a completely different layout here at the rear. You can get this, is called the SL, or the stern lounge, or you can get the center walk-through, or so they call that CW. You can also get the CWD, the center walk-through with that captain's chair. So depending on what kind of layout, you can really get the vibe dialed in. Now, this has a lot of good seating for everyone. You've got cup holders continuing through here, as well as wireless charging. Okay, now here we are at the SL, or the stern lounge part of the boat. And this area is pretty much why my wife was looking forward to reviewing this boat more than any of the boats we were looking at, because of this. I'm gonna show you that. But first, underneath this seat, and this seat, you have tons of storage. So I've got 3 full surfboards under here, surf style, life jackets, anchor lines, a bunch of things that are back here. But wait, watch this. Massive lounge seating. Now, people want to know, can you sit back here while the boat is underway? Now, according to the NMMA, yes, you can, but it's also up to the local law enforcement of what you're allowed to do and their interpretation of the law. But Montara did their best to keep this an area that you are safely inside the boat. So don't hold me to it, and I'm not, don't go to your cops and say, well, Shaun Murray said I can do it. Be safe, be careful, but this is a great area to lounge. You've got cup holders all around this area. A nice big platform, as well as a grab handle that incorporates a camera right here so you can see your surfer right from the helm. And back here, you actually have another stereo remote so that you can control just the tower speakers. So let's say you're pulled up to a sandbar, or maybe you're floating out in the water and people are still in the boat, but you want to hear the tunes while you're away outside the boat. Well, you can change the volume right from here. You also have charging ports, more speakers in the back, as well as a location that you can fit a ski pole if you want that low tow point. That goes right here. The cleats currently are on the stern and the bow. One thing that I think they should add, and I've told them, like, I think a midship cleat should definitely be put onto this boat. You have a nice slim little baby gate to keep everyone secure inside the boat. More cup holders. Yeah, I'm in the basement. Okay, this is where Montara really separates itself with the storage, because they have the pontoon deck on the aluminum wakeboard wake surf hull. I know there's some noise that's happening. That's the water hitting the bottom of the aluminum hull. But what you have in here is great access to storage that goes underneath both sides on port and starboard. You have easy access to your batteries. You also have your main battery switch. So on the other side of the bulkhead underneath us, we have the rest of those compartments are filled with 2 ballast bags of 2,100 pounds each on each side. So you have 4,200 pounds. It is this long tunnel that goes all the way to the transom of the boat, and is why you can add a bunch of weight to this thing. But let's say, here's kind of a cool scenario. Let's say you go out to like Lake Powell or someplace that you need a bunch of supplies. Well, underneath there, you could move that bag out of the way, store a bunch of drinks and food and whatever, get to your location, unload it, surf with everything, and then when you're done, if you need to put things back into their sleeping bags, suitcases, whatever, you have a crazy amount of storage that is actually multi-purpose. And so this could serve a lot of different people with a lot of different styles. Definitely check it out, just based upon the storage. Now here's something I found out about the ballast pumps, but I've just had to adjust how I go out in the water. You can't move to fill them because they're not self-priming. You actually have to sit still to fill. And then when you empty them, you need to be moving to get the bags to have all the water go to the back near the pumps, because they are so long And for them to empty, you actually have to have the boat nose high. So what we do, what I've adjusted, is that when I'm done and we're done for the day, we'll just go across the lake and I just get one foil set going as the boat's heading towards the dock and it's emptying, because you can foil on any size wave. But all you got to do is just keep that bow high and they'll empty. Man, I tell you what, when you got them full, you're going back like 7, 10, 11 waves. The thing is awesome. The tower and the bimini, one of my favorite things because I love shade, and this thing has some tons of shade. In fact, it's so long in the back, they've got this zipper that goes through the bimini so that you can get your rope and then pull it all the way up. This tower is really high so that when I'm hooking up, I got to stand on the seat to get it up there. Bonus to that is when I'm wakeboarding, it gets me that much higher off the water. You get a really high tow point. The tower is power folding, and you also can get some optional tower speakers, a tower camera that goes right up here. Also have some rotating board racks you can put on the sides. Now the bimini, like I said, it's really big, provides great shade, has nice storage. At the rear, you've got these pockets. You put your wakeboard rope, surf rope up into those, and really good extension over the front to reach up near the front lounge. And you have additional surf pockets up on the top. So even more board storage. Now just know, because the bimini is so big, that if you need to put it away like I do to pull into my dock, it's a little bit of work. Now, as we get into the Helm, one of the first things I'm going to point out is what the captain's chair sits on. It is this elevated platform to get you up even higher. And this seat, you can actually move it up and down on a gas shock and rotate it as well. All right, now getting into the Helm. One of the first things that you might notice, besides this nice armrest, is that when you get into the seat, it's got like a little bit of wobble to it. And the higher you go, it feels a little bit more wobbly. Nothing bad, but they actually have a new Helm coming out in the Evo. Yes, there is another one coming in the future, and I sat in it and it feels like the seat's a bit more secure. But when you're here, you feel different. This feels more substantial because the height that I am off the water is way higher than most wakeboard, wake surf boats. And so you've got this great view, and it just feels nice sitting up this high. Now up here on the dash, it's got a really nice feel. Like, this material is nice, and you actually have storage under here. You can put your phone into there, and that's something that I also noticed. They really don't have a great spot for your phone. I've added my own phone holder. You could probably get some different sticky mounts and customize it yourself if you want a good spot to put your phone. 3 cup holders for the driver, and you actually have an optional heated and cooled cup holder you can get. Now down here, you have your switch for the power tower. Also have your hatch switch. That's going to lift up the back, lift up that whole lounge area, and you have crazy easy access to your engine. Whether you want to service it or check your ballast bags to see what level they're at, to confirm any of that. Over next to that, you also have your battery switch. Rather than going into a compartment or behind a door to turn your batteries on or off, this is a remote switch that does it, so you don't have to go do that in the basement. Now, you do have access if you ever have to jump start your boat to combine them. You can go down into the basement, flip that switch, and then you have full power there. That's a great feature. You also have a wireless charging pad next to the driver. Now, this armrest is really nice at the level that it's at. Throttle's in a good position. I like the feel of this throttle. It's pretty simple. That tilts. Getting into the dash, you've got 3 different screens. You've got the one with all of your main info. You have your different profiles of what the boat's going to be doing, whether you're wakeboarding, wake surfing, cruising, as well as different interior and exterior lighting. And then you also have your stereo head unit and horn. Something to note on the profiles. Right now, wakeboarding and wake surfing, their beginner wakeboard speed is at 21 miles an hour. In my personal opinion, that is too fast. Use beginner wakeboard setting because it's going to empty the ballast, but you also want to just make sure you drop that speed to like 18 miles an hour for people who are beginning. And if you want to see what it's like to wakeboard behind this, you can click the link in the description below, and you'll see when I start wakeboarding with it fully empty. And I love wakeboarding behind this thing. It's crazy. It's one of my favorite boats to wakeboard behind right now, whether you're empty or full. It's got a great shape. They also have this tab assist button. When you hit that, as you take off, especially if you've got a lot of people or ballast in here, it's going to keep the bow down, and that's a great feature to save time getting up and out of the water. Now, when it comes to shaping your wave, they've got a language that at first it's a little bit difficult to understand, but once you understand the center tab makes the wave longer or shorter, and then you have the tab that lifts the boat to one side, that creates the wave on the opposite side. And so once you understand those are the factors, as well as your speed, which is going to change that wave's characteristics. Now, maybe Montara can come up with something that's a little bit more simplified, that just shows the wave getting bigger, smaller. But right now, once you understand it, you can figure it out. But this screen will give you those tab adjustments as well as your ballast and speed levels. Want to go home? Hit that, and it empties everything out and brings the speed up to 23. While I'm here at the helm, I do have to say something that I've thought, because they don't have that windshield, you are going to be exposed to more of the elements. Let's say it's colder or it starts to rain, then it's going to be something that you are going to need to be prepared. And my friend Andy Finch, shout out to Tahoe Surf Company, he's out on Lake Tahoe, and he says he just brings jackets for his customers, and it kind of solves that problem. And truthfully, when you're out on the lake, you want it to be like this anyway. So that is something that is different, but so far it's been great for us. Got the cruise set at 23 miles an hour. She rides nice and smooth, but you want to get aggressive with it, you can. Hang on there, Tim. Look at this, like tight turns. And I'm like so high up in the air right now. We're gonna hit these big rollers. Show you how she handles. They've got some different color options, whether on the exterior or the interior. You've got some different flooring patterns that you can get. And this thing feels great to drive. Up really high, a really nice view. I tell you what, driving this thing is super fun. It's smooth and surprisingly powerful. Montara, you guys have definitely created something new that I didn't know existed. Between the wakeboard and wake surf hull that really does it all levels, then the storage of what that gives you in that aluminum hull, and then the pontoon vibes on top of it, well, I didn't know that was possible. So thank you for letting me check this out. My family, my friends were very grateful, and I really encourage you guys who are watching to check it out for yourselves. This is a 25 foot. They also have a 23 foot, and they have not only all of the different layouts, but they also have all of the different colors you can do on the exterior, on the interior, the different floor materials you can get. Go do that at montaraboats.com. And if you are a dealer, current dealer, or looking to be a dealer, I know that they're also looking to grow that market, so you guys can reach out to them on their website as well. Man, thank you once again for stopping by to watch this. If you don't subscribe, maybe consider doing that. And you can also hit that notification bell to know when videos are going live. Now, anytime you hit that like button, thank you so much. And if you share it, even more. If you guys have any questions or comments for myself or Montara, put those below. And if you want to see what it's like to get behind this thing, you can click the link in the description below where we're going to wakeboard and we wake surf behind it, and of course foiling as well. No matter what you're doing, always enjoy your ride. Peace.